What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Taiwanese banking?
1981.
Terrible.
A headache.
Yeah, you bank.
Stop closing at 3:30.
Yes, banking in Taiwan is notoriously hated by foreigners here, and along with dodgy traffic, is probably one of the very few parts of life that we struggle to adapt to. But what exactly is it about the banking system here that drives us nuts, and what can be done about it? Well, in this video sponsored by Richart Taishin, I asked a few of my friends their opinion on the Taiwanese banking experience for foreigners. Which bank do you bank with in Taiwan?
Banking.
Banking with, I think the English name is Bank.
I'm with bank.
What do you look for when you consider a new bank account?
Well, the issue is that I can't consider a new bank account because when you get a job here, you basically have to use the same bank that the company is using. And so you often don't even have a choice in the bank.
Of opening up an account, basically.
Debit card, internet banking, ATMs. ATMs are far and few between for that bank.
Convenience is a very important thing. Like, can I actually do what I want to do?
How easy was it to set up your bank account?
It was easy, but it was also difficult because it took so long.
For me, it wasn't that difficult setting up the account because I had one of the people that I worked with come and help me set it up. But if I was by myself, it would be impossible.
No, I had someone from work come along and assist.
Bringing another adult with me made me feel like a child. You know, when your mom takes you to the bank to open your very first savings account when you're like 10. It's a little humiliating, a little annoying.
Quite a local bank, I feel it is. I think I was their first foreigner they'd ever served, but it was a lot of paper stuff and it wasn't straightforward. Took some time.
And you would think as technology advanced as I feel like Taiwan is, but everything was paperwork still. I feel like that slowed everything down.
It's not just the language barriers that are in place. It's not like because I didn't speak enough Chinese. It's just that there's so many things that you have to do that aren't really easy to understand. There's a lot of really weird red tape and hoops you have to jump through to just get a bank account.
Did you have any problems when setting up your bank account?
This was 2 years ago. My Chinese has definitely improved, but back then it was pretty not good.
I consider myself Taiwanese also, but I'm also an American citizen. And on my citizenship card, on the back it says I'm from America. So they treated me as a foreigner.
I just remember sitting there in an interview style thing with this person at the bank for what seemed like the entire day.
It took about 3 hours.
I thought, okay, but your Chinese is very good. So I thought, okay, bring my friend along, he can help me set it up.
It was a weird one. Day one, when I opened it up, they said the girl who was serving and opened up the account, I said, sorry, no debit card available, just like a cash card. And I was like, okay, sure. I go and I think it was 2 days later, different person asked for a debit card. Yeah, I can do a debit card. So
Josh, if you'd have come here by yourself without a Chinese-speaking wife, would you have been able to open up a bank account, do you think, by yourself?
No, I would just have a big fat wad of cash in my pocket.
So while we're on the topic of foreigners struggling to open up a bank account here in Taiwan, let me introduce Richart by Taishin Bank, specifically designed for foreigners to overcome some of the problems that my friends have mentioned so far in this video. The first of which appears to be the length of time it takes to open up a regular bank account here in Taiwan. Well, when Richart by Taishin Bank got in touch with me, first thing I did was follow their simple online process in order to open an account, which was done in about 15 minutes, and all that was left for me to do was wait for the verification email that arrived within a few days, followed by this rather beautiful, some might say cute, Mastercard Debit card that, upon activation, offers me a whole host of benefits not offered to me by my current bank account. And all of this was done and achieved without ever having to set foot in a branch of the bank or speak to anybody. I'll get to some more of the benefits offered by this bank account later, but first of all, let's hear a little bit more from my friends regarding Taiwanese banking. Is there anything that surprises you about banking in Taiwan?
That I don't think they actually want money.
if you're working 9 to 5, you're kind of buggered.
They close at 3:30. Who has the time to go and do that? Unless you are a multi-millionaire, in which case you don't need a job. You literally have no time to go to the bank.
So the other week I was at the bank trying to get a bank statement for my APRC that I'm trying to get. And they said I couldn't get one because I needed to have an appointment to get a bank statement, when I'm pretty sure all they had to do is just press a button on the printer to give me the bank statement. It was the most annoying thing in the entire world.
Who operates at your hours? Children. Who are the ones with no money? Children. Why are you operating at children's hours?
The surprising things are just that you go to the bank for something that you think is simple, and you get there and you realize that you need to have this whole process set up just to get something as easy as a bank statement.
They have that seal thing, the chop.
Do you have a chop, a stamp?
I do not.
Probably do, but your boss has probably used it, made it for you?
I do, but I never use it.
When I first wanted to open up a bank account, I forgot my chop because I forgot that is the signature here. I had to come back and get my chop.
Oh yeah, she was so mad.
I was so mad.
Even if their English is really, really good, a lot of them are confused by the idea of a signature.
Okay.
So they expect everyone to have a stamp, even if you don't need to use one.
Do you know what benefits your bank account gives you?
Keeps my money safe. I haven't a clue. In a big vault.
Not really.
As far as I know, my bank account has no benefits. It's got more negatives than anything else. It's barely usable.
It gives me a place that isn't my mattress.
It's more annoying having the money in the bank than it is just having it on my shelf.
Do you have any idea of like interest rates or?
Yeah, 0.
How often do you visit your local branch of your bank?
I visit my local bank branch as less frequent? What's the opposite of frequent?
As few as possible, but it's way too much. Because you have to go for every tiny issue. You can't just resolve it online.
How often?
I think we've been twice.
Probably about once every 2 to 3 months, usually to send a remittance.
Yeah, I almost never visit my local bank branch because it's just a recipe for a headache.
Okay, so let's discuss a few of the points mentioned so far, starting with this, which is the chop, stamp or seal that a few people have mentioned. And although it's a very beautiful cultural part of Taiwan traditional banking, it is something that gives foreigners such a headache as we forget to take it to the bank all the time. Richart by Taishin is an online specific account, so a chop such as this one is never needed, and also the problem of banks closing at 3:30, as a couple of people mentioned in the video so far, is not a problem, as all transactions, payments and other features can be completed 24 hours a day online and in English. One other thing you may have noticed is that many of my friends are completely unaware of any of the benefits offered by their banks, but the benefits offered by Richart by Taishin are clear and straightforward, and I'll encourage you to go to their website to check out the full list of benefits. But the one that appeals to me the most is that this Richart by Taishin Mastercard Debit card offers me 3% cashback on purchases made overseas and a 0.5 cashback on purchases made in Taiwan. Meaning that when I visit my family back in the UK or South Africa, I can get 3% cashback on all the toys I buy for William and 3% cashback on the beer that I buy for my mum and dad. I'll be back with a little more information on this account later, but as for now, let's hear what my friends think of Taiwanese internet banking. Does your Taiwan bank offer internet banking?
Yep, they do. It's Chinese basically.
It does, but you have to sign up separately for that. I have not set it up yet because I feel like it's going to be a headache.
That is the most confusing app I've ever seen in my life.
If someone came
Yeah.
here that didn't speak Chinese, would they be able to use it?
Nah.
They always look at it and go, they always, Ingwen, yo Ingwen, mate, oh, no, yo. They looked at it, they have nothing.
I actually have no idea if my Taiwan, I'm sure it does, I don't know why it wouldn't, but I haven't bothered to go check.
Because it's so easy to bugger it up, like to screw it up, right? And then you get like 2 chances or whatever it is, 3 chances, and then you're locked out. And then you're going back to the bank, and then you got to do 5 forms of ID and 3 fingerprints and a toe.
It's probably easier for me to get on an airplane, fly to Canada, set up online banking, fly back and use that account than it is using my local one.
So have you ever sent money in Taiwan using online banking or the ATM?
I've seen the features and stuff, but
No, we just use it for withdrawals.
I've tried, it just doesn't work. I don't know why.
My first flat, I could only pay with the ATM. So I went, yeah, you go there, put your card in, or if you.
And how do you usually pay bills?
hand our man our cash.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, for here, cash. I'm a cashman. We get the bills, right? It's 7-Eleven.
Cash at the 7-Eleven.
First place I lived in, I actually just paid the landlord cash.
Yeah, so paying bills in Taiwan can be really annoying, and it's done through many different ways. So if I want to pay my internet bill, I take it to the 7-Eleven and I pay cash. If I forget, then it's guachila, and then I have to do even more annoying things. I go to a different machine that I don't understand how to use. That's really annoying. My phone bill just automatically gets taken out of my account, which is also annoying because I get paid cash. So if I don't have money in there, then that one's guachi.
Okay, so as you can see, when paying rent or bills here in Taiwan, most of my foreign friends are still using the rather antiquated system of paying at 7-Eleven, or indeed by handing over envelopes of cash to their landlords. But that's primarily because they are afraid of using their online bank's Chinese language platform. But when banking with Richart by Taishin, you either have the option of using one of their 4,300 nationwide ATMs in one of 7 different languages, languages, or what is now available using the Richart website is the ability to make payments to another Taiwanese bank account in English without ever having to leave your home. I know that Taiwanese viewers and viewers overseas with regular English internet banking accounts will think that this is nothing new, but this is huge to us and to me specifically, as it means I can now pay my landlord his rent every month on time, and as Kiwi so eloquently put it, without buggering it up. And also, I don't have to worry whether or not my landlord is using a Taishin account, because with this Richart by Taishin account, I get 5 free interbank transfers every month. Also worth mentioning is that of those 4,300 Taishin ATMs you can find around the country, 230 of them actually accept foreign currency deposits, so you can also take advantage of Richart by Taishin's multi-currency account with extra special benefits on currency exchange. And talking of currency exchange, I was amazed by how easy it was for me to transfer money into my Richart GBP account and take advantage of the rather weak British pound at the moment. I'll be using that account to save some pounds ready for my next trip back to the UK. Not to mention the Taishin Bank's GBP forex rate is much more competitive than some other local banks. All of the details of this can be found on their website, so go check it out. But I still have a couple of questions to discuss with my friends, after which I'll be back to tell you a really nice surprise that you can take advantage of when opening a Richart by Taishin account. Has your Taiwan bank ever given you anything?
Pain. It's annoyance, the feeling that I'm going to be late for work.
My Taiwan bank has given me lots of headaches.
Headaches.
Prosy said exactly the same.
No. Is that a thing? Am I missing out on something?
Yes, my good friend Tina, you are missing out on something, and that is a thing with Richart by Taishin, who will credit your account with 300 Taiwanese dollars just for opening up one of their accounts.
300 NT?
Yeah.
300?
We need to switch banks.
Yes, guys, can you believe it? A completely free 300 NT dollars will be added into your account when you register with the code EXPAT before March 31st. More details of this on their website, of course, but as for now, that leaves one question for me to ask my friends. What are they going to spend their $300 on?
Ooh, 300. 2 pints of Sapporo beer.
Probably beef noodle soup.
Ooh, okay.
I've been thinking about that beef noodles. That beef noodle shop down the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one we went to with your mom this last time.
Gamian, probably, yeah. Okay. There's an amazing noodle place down the road, so and it costs about 300 NT for a meal.
I would probably buy a mediocre bottle of gin to give the person who does my subtitles to say thank you.
So to wrap this video up, I've come to visit my local branch of Taishin Inghang, as I really want to put their ATMs to the test that international ability. So I've used it to pay next month's rent, and as you can see from the receipts, it's successful, convenient, easy, and in English. So thanks to Richart by Taishin for sponsoring this video, but as for now, and as always, time for me and my friends to say
Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. See ya.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye. Shashina.
Alright, thanks for watching and see you later.
thanks so much for watching, guys. But as for now, and as always, I'll see you next time in My Life in Taiwan. Peace. Bye-bye.